Hello, and welcome to another episode of Two Suitcase Engineers. Today's topic is leadership and how you can take leap of faith from being an individual contributor to be a leader. This has been a topic that a lot of people have approached me over the past few months on how to get started on this journey and there is no one secret sauce or formula. But I can certainly share from my journey that there is a few principles and practices that have helped me become a better leader. The number one question I get is how do you get started on this journey? I have a few pointers there. You can always volunteer to coach one of your kids' sports teams, or better, build a team to play your favorite sport, or start a meetup group in your area that has a demand for a technology that you're working on that you can share or passionate about. You can always grow as a leader from those personal experiences and bring them into your professional life for others to notice you as a leader. And this has actually happened in my career. I was able to lead a sports team, and the findings from or my learnings from running that sports team are some principles that I always implement while I'm building my teams in my professional life. And second, show up to add value. And what do I mean by that? So, in every single meeting or every single project that I touch, I always show up to add value at the table. And this becomes very apparent when you're intentional and figure out, hey, what's going to be your role? What is your skill set that you bring to the table? And how can you really add value to the outcome or to the customer? Number three, always put your people first and listen. You will be surprised by the ideas and talent you can discover when you let others share their ideas and make them feel involved. Number four, focus on the outcome and your customer needs. This is very near and dear to my heart, and there is a reason why Amazon has this embedded in their DNA and is one of the most successful companies in the world. Number five, it's find some good mentors. I had and have the privilege of having many good mentors in my career that has helped me get out of a lot of complex situations and solve complex problems in my professional life. And one of those good people that gave me advice early on in my career is Rick Ricardo, who is generous enough to spend his time and share some of his dynamic leadership principles with all of you today. Without further ado, I present to you Rick Ricardo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rick Ricardo, and I'm the president of RRR Consulting Services. And I'm really excited to be here with you today. I've spent dedicated my last 30 years of my life in corporate America, Fortune 500 company, in a leadership role. I've been blessed to have really great leaders and mentors pour into me, as well as other leaders and managers that have not poured into me and actually weren't really very good leaders. So to say I've learned the good things or the things to do and the things to not to do, which is both invaluable information to have in your leadership journey as well. In 2014, I actually became a member of the John C. Maxwell team, which is a global organization on leadership. And I'll be sharing with you some of the principles that I've learned through the John C. Maxwell in today's session that are just basic, fundamental ideas that you can take on your leadership journey. All right. We can spend many hours on this topic. Again, many books. There's hours and hours of webinars and conferences you can go to just on leadership. But I'm just going to give you just a couple of the snippets that you can take with you as you enter your leadership journey. So let me first start by sharing the definition of leadership per John Maxwell. And that is that leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And influence, not to be confused with manipulation, where manipulation is where you generally do things to folks that benefit you and detriment to them, as opposed to an influence, you're adding value and significance to that individual or team or people. All right. It's something of positive influence that you're going to be bringing to the people you work with and people that work for you as well. All right. So again, leadership is influence. It's nothing more and nothing less. With that, everyone has some level of influence. Let's not be confused about that. Everyone has it. All right. But just because you have that influence doesn't mean that you're a good leader. All right. And we're going to go through some of the things where you'll be able to discern what is a good leader and what's not a good leader, what are the attributes, some of the characteristics of what a good leader, how they behave, how they act, and how they're wired, all right, as far as being a good leader. Okay. So first and foremost, leaders are folks that have followers, right? Now, the folks that are followers, there's two types: followers that want to follow and followers that have to follow, right? A good leader has followers that want to follow him or her because of their vision, their goals, where they want to go, the things they want to accomplish. They want to follow them as opposed to have to follow them. I have had, and I'm sure you have, managers, leaders, bosses that you have to report to because they're your boss, right? No vision, really didn't, honestly, some of them don't even really care about you, or again, they didn't care about me as well. And so the important thing to know is that a leader, a good leader, has followers that want to follow them. That's something that you're going to want to pay close attention to as you are on your leadership journey, that's something you want to have as well, all right? That they don't just have to follow you, okay? At the same time, another attribute of a leader is that a leader cannot lead and complain or moan at the same time. All right, a leader has to take accountability. A leader has to be the person in charge. Yet the person that's sharing the vision, right? There can't be complainers, or they're going to lose their followers. They're just not going to lead. All right, they're just not going to be a good leader. So you cannot do both at the same time. All right, so be cautious of that as well. Also, great leaders focus more on preparing than repairing, right? Or they focus more on acting than reacting, okay? So leaders are people that focus on preparing. They're visionaries. They're looking out front. They're leading the tribe, okay? They're leading their team. They're looking for the positive things. They're avoiding the challenges. Okay? Those are the folks that are out there preparing the way and navigating for their team members and people that they work with or for at the same time, all right? So that's very important to take in mind, that great leaders are not always people that are repairing. They're constantly preparing and getting ready for the next challenge, next opportunity. All right. Being a great leader is all about having a genuine willingness and a true commitment to lead others to achieve a common vision and goal through a positive influence. Now, let's peel back this one, all right? Genuine willingness, sincere, trustworthy, honesty, okay, integrity, character, a willingness that it's genuine, sincere, that it's something that you can just feel that they're genuine and sincere about, that they have that willingness and a true commitment, not faking it, not trying to look good, that they have a real commitment towards you, your team, others they work with, to lead others to achieve a common vision, not their vision, but a common vision that everyone can huddle around and circle around with and go after, okay? And it's done through positive influence, not by swinging a bat, all right? It's through positive influence. That's not to say that if there has to be some character building conversations along the way, absolutely. But in general, a leader leads in a positive way, okay? Another good attribute of a leader, right? No leader can achieve anything great or long lasting all alone. That's another thing. Somebody that wants to be a leader and wants to do it on their own and take all the credit on their own does not happen. By definition, a leader cannot be alone. They have to have followers. So a leader has to work with a team to accomplish things, okay? Tom Brady cannot win a Super Bowl without a team. He's a great leader and he leads the offense and he's a great team leader for them to win a Super Bowl. But at the same time, he can't do it alone. He has to have a team rally around a common cause, right? Muhammad Gandhi, Mother Teresa, many examples of leaders that accomplished many, many great things, but they never did it alone. They have to have a team. They have to have groups of followers that follow their vision and follow their passion. So another thing is, don't ever expect to be a leader without a team. Okay, you got to have a team around you that will huddle and work around you at all times. All right. Teamwork goes hand in hand with leadership. John Maxwell always says, teamwork makes the dream work. So without teamwork, you cannot have that leadership challenge or leadership success, because that's how you're going to get to where you want to get. All right, with your goals and your passions and aspirations. All right, so teamwork is where it's all about. A good leader promotes good teamwork. Okay, leadership is about people and for the people. Okay, it's about people, it's about caring, it's about being genuine, it's about being trustworthy, it's about being sincere, it's about being honest with other people, and it's for the people to grow, for your team to grow, for them to reach higher goals and higher aspirations. You're there to pave the way for them as a leader. That's what the leader's supposed to do. That's why it says it's about people and for the people. Okay, the very essence of leadership is that you have to have a vision. You cannot be a leader if you don't have a vision. Why? Because leaders see more and before. They must see before it happens. They must have that vision. They must be proactive. They need to see what can potentially happen and navigate through the opportunities and navigate through the challenges. Okay, very important for you to understand that. Leaders see more and before. They act, they don't react. They prepare, they don't repair. All right. So very focused in where the vision of the goals are for them to achieve what they're going to achieve with their team. All right. You cannot blow an uncertain trumpet. Okay, that's another way of saying that if you don't have that vision, you can't blow it. I mean, there's just no way that you can show uncertainty to a team member and then be certain and follow you. They're just not going to do it. They need to know that you're on the right track and that you have a vision of going where you're going to go. Okay, this is another key thing you have to keep in mind if you're going to be a leader. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. As a leader, you never stop growing. As a leader, you never stop working on yourself. As a leader, you never stop reading. As a leader, you never stop learning. You cannot give what you do not have. So a leader has to be prepared and grow so that they're able to give more to the folks that they lead. Okay, if they come to you with a question, you got to be ready to help them and coach them through that. So you cannot stop learning as a leader. A leader that says they've reached it isn't a leader. A leader never arrives. A leader is constantly on that journey, right? That's the biggest takeaway from you. You will never stop growing as a leader. The day you stop being a leader. Okay. A good objective of leadership is to help those that are doing poorly to do well, and to help those that are doing well to do even better. Now, I have fallen victim to this many times where I want something for an individual more than they want it for themselves. Maybe you've been there. I wish they would do it. I wish they would learn. I wish they would, if they only got it. Okay. You start wishing that people do more and they're not willing to do it. So what this is not what this is saying. What this is saying is that if you have people that are working for you and with you that want to learn, that want to grow, that want to achieve, that want to continue to grow, that if they're doing poorly at a certain time, that you're helping them go there, that you're helping them reach it. They've got to take one step, you take the other step. That's what this means, that you're helping them do well. And for those that are already doing well and they want to get even better, you challenge them. You give them a little more of a stretch goal. You give them things that will stretch them for them to learn more, to do more research, to continue to be a better person, help them grow even better. Okay, that's the idea of that section. So keep this in mind. You want to help those that are doing poorly to do better if they're willing to do better, right? They take one step, you take one step, right? And then you're going to help those that are doing really well and continue to help them even get even better at what they're doing. Okay. Very important. Now, with that, there's 3 books, as I mentioned. There's 3 books that I would recommend that you have on your bookshelf. All right. The number 1 book is The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, which is basically your centerpiece of leadership books. This book is #1 bestseller around the world. It's going to get revamped now in May. They're coming out with a newer version, but this is your centerpiece book of leadership. The next two books, Everyone Communicates and Few Connects, and Becoming a Person of Influence, both other, again, #1 bestsellers. These two books combined are basically define servant leadership. And we can spend hours on just each book by themselves. They're all in their own 8 hours or more of study, okay? And through a webinar, through a conference, and so forth. But these two books, for you to have them in your library and to merge the contents of both of those, that really kind of defines what servant leadership is. So again, these 3 books minimum, I would recommend that you have these. They will help you along your leadership journey. And, with that, not everyone is really cut out for leadership. And that's something you have to decide as a person in your career, whether you want to lead people or you want to be a subject matter expert. There's no right or wrong answer. But leading people is an honor, it's a privilege, it's something that the company, when they do put you in that role, you got to realize that they've entrusted you with the lives of people that you lead. So you are going to be an influence on these folks that work for you and with you under your charge. And your obligation as a leader is to help these people grow and to become better as they go on their journey. Again, it's not to be taken lightly. It's not just to get more money. It's not a leader saying, do I get promoted just to become a leader so I can make more money? It's not about that. It's about you sincerely wanting to impact people's lives by adding value and adding significance to them. If that's not you, then you just basically become a subject matter expert in your trade or your career, and you leave leadership for other people that really want to be leaders of people and add value and significance. So with that, it's been really a privilege and honor to share these few moments with you. Again, my information is on the screen. If you want to reach me and contact me for any reason, any coaching or anything of that matter, I do welcome that opportunity. And again, it's been a privilege. And until we speak again, be well. Thank you.